Okay, so hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I am going to be sharing with you guys some tips and tricks on how to nail your dream internship. I am currently going to be going into my junior year of college, so I am proud to say that I am currently on my 9th internship. I am interning with a company called Merrill Diamond, and Merrill Diamond produces and manufactures clothing for QVC. So I work in their New York headquarters, and it is one of my favorite experiences I've ever had in my entire life so far. So I just wanted to share some tips and tricks on how to be able to get yourself really into the field that you're looking for. There's a lot of different industries that could also be connected to what I'm going to say today, so I highly suggest you grabbing a snack or grabbing a notebook, and so let's just get started with my tips. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to talk about is a resume or cover letter. So obviously this is going to depend on what you are going for and what kind of job you're looking for. Since I know I'm looking for more of a creative position, I have more of a creative looking resume that I made on Illustrator, and I've used Photoshop for it also. I would say I am probably on my 3rd resume by now. One thing that I've been taught recently is that, like throughout university, is that your resume can only be really 1 page long, which obviously if you have a lot of experience, it's very difficult. By any means, just a little disclaimer, I'm not a professional at this, but just some tips and tricks that I've noticed that have helped me get the internship I'm looking for. For the long run, you just really have to make sure that your resume is strong and that you're using the correct wording, that you sound more professional, and that it's not just a that it's not written as if you were just talking to someone, that it's something that you're really looking to be building up for your goal. If you don't have that much experience, if you're younger, definitely make sure you use your experience that you had in high school or just different volunteer opportunities, because that is something that employers do look for. So your cover letter is something that not all positions may look for, but you have to make sure that you're really targeting why you are interested in working for the company and just information about the company. So make sure you do your research, because that's very important. That's another tip I have. Doing research on the company before helps you immensely. Like, it will help you have more of a chance of getting the position if you really know about the company. So yeah, just make sure you have a strong resume, make sure it really shines bright like you do, and that it really shows. I guess I will insert a little picture of it. I'm going to blur out most of the stuff on it though, just because I don't really want to expose that out into the world on the YouTubes. So this is mine. This is my updated resume. I am pretty proud of it, honestly. My first one that I made was kind of like very basic, like a typical Times New Roman 12 like centered type of deal. And it was like 3 pages long. So then I had to like shrink it down and make the font like 8 and make it 1 page. So I'm really proud of it. I really love it. And yeah, so I got the inspiration for this one actually on Pinterest. If you just look up different template ideas, you can make it yourself. If you're not really skilled, you can always pay someone to make it for you, or just make sure you sparkle and shine in it. So now for my second tip, I'm going to be talking about networking. Networking to me is like the most important thing. That's how most people get around these days, and being in the industries that they're in is knowing different people that they're associated with. I thankfully have found most of my jobs through networking. Like my internship now, one of my classes last semester did a semester-long project with them. So pretty much at the end of the semester, we had our final presentation. I gave them my business card, and then they emailed me. I sent my resume, and then I didn't hear from them for a couple months. And then they asked me if I was interested in interning for them, and then they had a design internship opportunity or merchandising, and I chose merchandising, and it is the best experience ever. And I said that before, and I said that in my last video too, so make sure you check that out, because it's a day in my life as an intern in New York City. It was super fun to film. I wish I'm not so awkward out in public filming, but who knows. Okay, so back to the scheduled production. Yes, networking. I understand that some people could be very shy and that they really are not comfortable just going out there and talking to people in their industry, and it's kind of hard for them. But it's really, really important for you to kind of step out of your shell and do something that's uncomfortable for you sometimes, just because that's how you're gonna receive the best opportunities ever. Like, you will meet so many people and they'll be like, oh, I will hand over your information to so and so, and then maybe you'll hear back from them. And it's just like being able to get that connections with people. It will really help boost the chance of you becoming an employee for the company. And just knowing people in the industry is great, because if you ever need something from someone, then you can just talk to them about it. Or if you need advice, or if you really are struggling to find an internship, then you can talk to them about if they know anyone who's hiring at the moment. So I definitely highly recommend networking. So now for my third little tip is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a website where it's pretty much an online portfolio and an online resume that employers do look at when they're looking up your information online, just because most employers nowadays go online and look you up and Google you to see like what kind of person you are. And LinkedIn is a great place for them to do that. So you pretty much put everything you're proud of. You could put a grade that you're proud of. You could put volunteer opportunities, past work experiences, just all this different stuff can be combined into one place. You can upload links and pictures and all this fun stuff. And you can tell you're getting old if you're saying that like the fun stuff is like a networking website. Such a loser. Anyway, so yeah, it's super exciting. Be sure to definitely check out LinkedIn. I love that website, and if anyone has any questions on how to really set their LinkedIn up, or they don't really know what to do about it, feel free to either DM me on Instagram or comment down below. And yeah, so also with LinkedIn, just as a side note, make sure that your profile picture is professional, but make sure it like just defines who you are, because then they'll really be able to tell like what kind of artist you are, or what kind of professional you are, and what field you're looking to be in, and that will definitely gravitate different employers towards your page. Also, my fourth tip I have is to make sure you're always constantly yourself when it comes to what you're going to do and where you're going to be in your life, because a lot of people kind of fake their way through things, and I just don't feel like that's the authentic way to do anything about finding an internship. You really want to be yourself, and you really want to show them how passionate you are and like that you really, really, really want it, because if you don't really show that, then they're not going to really feel the best vibe coming off of you. I mean, obviously be professional and be appropriate when you're talking to an employer, but make sure that you are yourself and that you are comfortable with who you are, so that they can be comfortable with working with you. And I just feel like that's a really important tip that I have to say. I've just seen some incidences where people were not 100% authentically themselves, and it kind of didn't really lead to the best direction for them. So I really highly recommend you just being yourself, because you're wonderful and you're beautiful and you're great, and yeah, you will 100% make it if you are just yourself. So the fifth and final thing that I want to talk about is make sure that I know social media can be so damaging to some people, but to me, I have met some of the best people on Instagram, and I've been making friends constantly through the platform, and just different people who are around the same field as I am and are at the same point as I am. And it's super exciting to watch everyone grow and create and build new projects, and it's super exciting. And I really suggest you guys reaching out to people who you really look up to. You can even just have like a big thing that you should do is to reach out to the people who you really look up to and see maybe if you can have a call with them to talk about what they do. Make sure you ask them questions and make sure you're really learning and taking the notes down, because learning from people who are really experienced in the field that you're looking to be in are the best people to surround yourself with, because they will be able to help you out at the end with so many questions that you have. Because there are a lot of people that I do look up to and professionals that I have asked to have phone calls with, and or even getting food with, so that you can ask a lot about what they do and how to build up and how to one day be able to become what they're doing, and being able to really express yourself the same way they do, but in your own sense. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. But yeah, so those were my tips on how to really nail your dream internship. So I really hope that this helped you guys in some way, shape, or form. Make sure you guys always try and stand out in the crowd and just be yourselves, because I know you're all super wonderful. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I will talk to you guys very, very soon. I love you. Mwah.